locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Are you ready for some football?
Oh, my God.
Come on.
I'm not calling you Bo Cephas. By the way, you're going to get a suit. Disney owns that trademark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
a trademark phrase.
You know, I don't know if Mickey Mouse is a friend of mine.
No. I don't think he's a friend of anybody.
I'm going to have to put down the bait to catch him, though.
I wish you'd put down your phone. Every time we do this show, you're on your phone while the music's playing and we're getting ready to go. I'm in the zone. I'm like the Karate Kid on the end of the boat doing the crane position, getting in the zone, and you're on your phone.
Listen,
like a high school kid.
I have to make sure if there's breaking news happening. I can say it on the air. That's the way it works.
The only breaking news here is when some big wrestler comes in and breaks your face. That's breaking news. That'll be the breaking news I care about.
Listen, and you know you're in a bad mood today again. Okay.
This is again. Because every week it's the same. You drag me in here, and so it's my prerogative.
Yeah,
as the great Bobby Brown once said.
I was going to say, good job, Bobby Brown, local hero.
That is, to some, it's my prerogative.
Listen, you see the guy over here who's we got some at the secret location. We got some.
There's activity going on. Yeah,
high level IT folks fixing things and doing stuff.
Right.
This guy looks like Murray from Casino.
Goodfellas.
With the fur, Goodfellas. Yeah, with the furs.
That's funny.
He literally looks like Murray.
You know what? I never thought of that.
Yes.
And around the secret location, that is going to be people are going to love that reference.
Oh my God, it's him.
I'm letting you know.
It's him.
That it hasn't gotten out yet.
When am I going to get my money?
You know why? Because the goatee is new.
Oh, that's what it is.
So he's gone to the goatee, and now he looks like Murray.
The same hair and everything. It's a little.
Murray's wigs never come off. Murray, quit busting my balls about the money. I'll get you the money.
I just want my money.
And Murray never knew how close he came.
Yes.
So, anyway, now that you've gotten the show completely off track.
I did.
Once again, this is my show.
Yeah.
Get us back on track. Go ahead, genius.
Well, before I even get there, okay, this guy has a problem with me because I said something to him that he didn't like, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, folks, I don't like to look at this guy when I'm doing the show.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is
I don't
insane.
need to look into his eyes.
First of all, no one cares.
And all this garbage, like this fool, he wants me to look at him while we're recording the show.
You and I are sitting across the desk from one another.
Okay.
And we're having a conversation.
Okay.
And you want me to stare off into space while I'm talking to you?
Yes.
Yeah, get real.
You don't need to look at me. Okay, I'm Steve Harvey. You don't look at me. Okay.
Don't. First of all, you're not Steve Harvey. Okay. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Because you're not even Steve Harvey.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. So don't even pull that baloney.
Hey. Listen.
There's two people sitting in a room having a conversation. I don't know where you want to look.
Yeah.
It's not my problem. You can't make eye contact,
Sir,
okay?
I like to be in my own head. I don't need to be looking at you.
Listen, I know there's a lot of room in your head because there's nothing else going on in there. But when you do a show with me, you acknowledge me.
Oh, is that what it is?
You get up and you acknowledge me. You understand that? You sit there and you look at me in the eye when you have a conversation and not look off into la-la land where you like to go.
I like to look everywhere but your ugly face.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous and you're ridiculous.
No.
So can we just get going here so we can get this over?
Here. Don't mess up my groove, okay?
All right. It's a very weak groove, very shallow.
No, it's a catchy tune. Yeah. Welcome back to Duke Loves Rasslin. I am the Duke, and yes, I don't like looking at.
You can't even get it out. Look at you. If you were looking at me, you could get your insult.
I don't like looking at my illustrious co-host, the Boston Bad Boy. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm Mike Pelosi. I like to do my groove without looking at his ugly face, despite how he feels about it.
Can I just say, listeners, whoever's listening, there has never been any contest about who would win a looks contest between the Duke and myself.
Damn right.
It was always me.
Wow.
I've got the height. I've got the chiseled
I
features.
got the size 13 shoes, pal.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Right.
Well, this is a family show, so I don't want you bringing that kind of lascivious stuff up. Okay. What I'm saying is, I am classically handsome, and you may be unconventionally handsome. I don't know. Some people might like that look.
Wow.
But they probably also have a lot of other issues they want to have to deal with. So next time, what you're going to do is shut your mouth, look me in the eye, and do the effing show.
Give me
okay?
a break.
So let's move along.
How can I do the show if I shut my mouth? Explain that.
You know what? It'll be a much better show. I'll do the show, and people might actually listen.
We'll go right down the drain, pal. Okay. That's enough out of you. Hey, the Super Bowl's coming.
Oh, God.
Super Bowl week.
As if I couldn't be bored enough doing a wrestling podcast, I got to now listen to people talk about the boring Super Bowl.
Well, listen, I know that you're not a sports guy because there's something wrong with you, but I know you like
have
the food.
a life.
I know you like the food, though.
Listen, I do like the food.
See?
I do like the food. You like the food to a whole other level.
You know I got to do.
You
do
make
it up.
videos about food.
I do actually, They're
and
very
that's
popular.
a sickness.
They're very popular.
That's a sickness.
My videos on food are very popular.
They're insane. I listen. I don't usually do this, but I will encourage anybody out there to look for Duke's videos on food and take a glimpse into the furnace of madness that you'll see as this man sits in front of his television,
Very popular. Guy.
eating whatever he has, the spread he has out there for himself.
Listen, restaurants, everybody, they all love when I talk about food. They love it. You should see
How
who
about you just
follows me.
pay these people for the food and get out and leave them alone?
No,
How about
I got
that?
no time for that. We need to have them part of my videos. They're part of the show.
So
okay?
for the Super Bowl, since I'm not interested about the game at all,
Yeah.
what's the food? What are we gonna do?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm trying to decide between KFC and Popeyes.
Oh, well,
I'm going back and forth
listen,
on this one.
We're not even going to talk about this because we know what the right answer to that is.
Which is what?
Which is Popeyes, of
Okay,
course.
here we go again with
Hands
the
down.
Popeyes. Here we
It's
go
not
again with
even-
the Popeyes.
We're going to skip that.
Oh, okay.
You're having Popeyes.
Yep. Okay.
So you're going to
That's
have.
it.
So
I'm
you
having
have.
Popeyes. That's
You're
it.
having Popeyes. Do you do just the Popeyes, or do you have other accoutrements?
Well, yeah. You know, you got to have snacks there. I like honey roasted cashews.
All right, so you're going to have some snacks.
Yep. You got to have some snacks.
Now, here's the question with the Super Bowl: when do you do the main eating? Do you do the main eating before or during the halftime?
You have to do it in segments.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're always grazing.
Yes.
But there's always sort of a big thing to eat, whether
No.
it's a lasagna, whether it's a fried chicken.
I like to do that before.
Get
So
that
then
out of the way.
Get that
So
out of
you-
the way. Get the big meal out of the
you-
way.
you
So
get
then
a
you
base.
can graze throughout the
You
rest.
get a base
You get
going,
base.
then you can add some booze.
Because you got to have the booze. That's it.
So you get a base going,
Yep.
add the booze, and then now you're on to snacking,
Bingo.
which carries you through the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Do you revisit the big meal at the end?
No.
No, you can't.
Just one big meal,
One big meal,
and then you snack.
You snack.
That's it.
Right. So it's like you just keep it going.
Yeah.
You just keep momentum.
It's you never stop.
So yeah, I think the Popeyes would be good. I could do that. I could do the Popeyes. Maybe a little. So is the chicken is our main meal then?
Sure.
All right. So the chicken's our main meal.
But you got to get the dips. I do the dips. You're not really a dipper.
No,
but I dip.
listen. I either like so if I'm doing chicken,
Yeah.
I either like fried chicken or do like a barbecue chicken or whatever.
Sure.
I wouldn't take my fried chicken,
Yeah.
which is perfection,
Yeah.
and feel like I have to add anything.
No,
to
I
it.
got to dip. I got to have the ranch, the barbecue. I got to have it all.
All you're doing is pouring sugar on perfectly good fried
What's
chicken.
wrong with that?
Because that's what a child would do. That's what's wrong with it.
All right. Here we go again.
A grown ass man,
Yeah.
which you claim to be,
Yeah.
would eat fried chicken
Yeah.
like a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
With barbecue to
No,
dip it in.
with
That's right.
mashed potatoes.
With-
With mashed potatoes.
Sure.
With what other things come with? Usually, I don't even know what the side dishes is. I'm only worried about the chicken.
I
When
get
go.
the lemon pepper seasoning, and I sprinkle it on the chicken.
All right, that's
And
seasoning.
then I get the barbecue sauce and the ranch. 2 dips.
No,
That's it.
on fried chicken.
That's it.
no.
2 dips.
That's ridiculous.
2 dips. And you know Popeyes,
You're gonna-
they do the blackened
what's gonna
ranch.
happen?
They
You're
got
gonna
a little
have-
pepper in there.
You're going to have a horrible case of the sugars.
Well, fine.
That's where you're going to end
I'm
up
okay
in
with
life
that. I'm
because
okay
you're
with
just slathering and you're ruining perfectly good Popeyes fried chicken
Okay, you and the Popeyes.
by dipping it.
You know, Ric
Now-
Flair is,
Yeah, I hear it. I
is,
knew
a,
this
is a
was coming.
spokesman for KFC.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the colonel. He's the new colonel, you know.
I would take a bucket of KFC
Yeah.
and put it right on Ric Flair's stupid head and just push it through like a top hat and just pop his head through the top and say,
Is
you
that
know
what
what?
you would
You
do?
know what, Rick?
Oh.
You know what, Rick? You gotta tear up that contract. You gotta get out of KFC's life.
Oh.
And you gotta get on board with the Popeyes.
Wow.
That's
So-
what I'd say.
So everyone send your hate mail to Boston Bad Boy. That's
Listen, and you know what? Ric Flair would thank me.
right. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like you at all.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't know you at all.
So you don't have a spread at all. You don't know what you're eating on Super Bowl Sunday.
No, we were discussing this. If we can centralize the fried chicken,
Sure.
then I just have to figure out the accoutrement.
Ah.
Now I'm thinking, is it too much to do sort of a charcuterie for the snacking
No, charcuterie's
with your
good.
cured meats and cheeses?
But don't do.
Is it too heavy though?
Do spreadable cheese.
Spreadable. Get
You gotta
out of
do-
here.
You know they do the little blocks spreadable
No.
cheese, so you
First of
don't
all,
ruin the whole
Soft cheeses have no place in my home.
thing. Oh boy.
No soft cheeses. I am a cheddar man. I like a nice sharp cheddar.
What's wrong with you?
Maybe mozzarella. Is mozzarella a soft
So
cheese?
you're gonna be running to the bathroom during the game. Look at you.
No.
Look at you.
If anything, it binds you up.
Oh, is that what happens?
It's perfect. It holds it. So what you do?
Take notes, folks.
You have that fried chicken.
Yeah.
Then you eat a lot of the cheese. It holds it all together.
Oh.
Then you can just, even if the game goes into overtime, you're all right.
Is that what
You
happens?
don't have to worry about anything.
What are you drinking?
Boy, I don't know. Probably it's Sunday. We've all got to work the next day.
Okay.
So we're not going to want to hit it too hard.
Except for those who took the day off, but keep going.
What kind of a lunatic would take the... Did you really?
It's what you do.
You're a mental
It's a Super Bowl. I'm ready.
It's a Super Bowl with two teams that you don't even like.
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's insane.
WrestleMania, Super Bowl,
You know
take
what?
the day off.
I've made a decision right now. I don't want you to look at me anymore. We're done. No more looking. I don't want it. I'm done.
He literally turned his chair around, folks. That's why you couldn't barely hear him a second ago. He just turned his chair around.
Yeah. Don't look at me. Don't even avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. And can we get going on this show, please? Because you have a lot of notes in your hand, and I know it's going to be ponderous.
Well, what are the top stories in the world of pro wrestling? We're going to find out during Run the Ropes. Also, the Boston Bad Boy and I have a pretty serious discussion to have later on during Ask Duke, and it centers around my good friend Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Something missing here, Boston Bad Boy. Who are we interviewing this week? I'm looking at the notes, and either you made a mistake.
See, this is funny.
You didn't do your job.
If listeners would,
you're the producer.
If listeners
who
will
are
recall,
we interviewing?
If listeners will recall, several weeks ago, a certain somebody went on a tirade about how he books all the guests and he decides who's on this show and how it's his show and his name is on it. So you know what? I knew earlier today that you didn't do anything.
Here we go.
Like you were supposed to do.
Here we go with the nonsense.
But don't worry about it. I took care of it.
Oh.
So just don't worry about it. Let's just move on.
Oh, that's what it is?
We're moving on.
It's going to be a surprise?
We're moving on. We're moving on.
That's what it is, huh?
We're done.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're done. Look at that. Speaking of being done, I got to get something off my chest, okay? And I need you to shut your face so I can do this because I'm very upset about something.
You know what? Don't look at me.
Here we go again with this. All right, so, folks, the WWE had their very first Women's Royal Rumble this past Sunday as part of the 2008 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. 30 women. They battled it out, okay, with one reigning supreme, and they won an opportunity to wrestle for the A championship at WrestleMania. Now, despite the top stars from Raw and SmackDown and a few from NXT being as part of the Royal Rumble, they still had some stars from the past, okay? We're talking folks like Michelle McCool, Lita, Hall of Famer Jackie Moore, the Bella Twins. They were mixed in there with Sasha Banks and Naomi, Asuka. Now, this all sounded great on paper, but it was pretty obvious that some, and before you get upset, some of the legends there, they were nowhere near anything that resembles ring shape, okay? We're talking about some pretty dangerous spots going on in there because you have some ladies from the past who haven't wrestled in 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and they just threw them out there in the ring cold and expected them to perform. It didn't work. Let me say this again to my friends in the WWE because I know you listen to the show and I know you care about what I have to say. If you're serious about this women's revolution, okay, then please use the folks who are actively wrestling today. You got plenty of ladies down there in NXT who could have filled out that 30-woman Royal Rumble there, okay? We're talking about folks like Bianca Belair. We're talking about the iconic duo, Victoria Gonzalez, okay? You have plenty of ladies that you could have put in that Royal Rumble match where you didn't have to depend on so many stars from the past. It was just ridiculous, to be honest with you folks, okay? Cut it out. We don't need to put anybody at any further risk. Wrestling is already as dangerous as it can be with folks who actively wrestle. You don't want to put folks in there who haven't wrestled in a long time because, hey, it gets pretty bad in there, folks. Okay? Vince, I know you're listening. This is the Duke talking to you. Do me a solid. Don't ever mess up like that again. And with that said, run the ropes. It's time to run the ropes. It's when I educate this knucklehead Boston bad boy on the top 5 stories in the world of professional wrestling. Let's go. Total Divas celebrates 100 episodes. How awesome is that, Boston bad boy? Okay?
Totally uninteresting.
We've been talking about it since day one.
You've been talking about it.
And you have been forced to listen to it. Total Divas, one of the top shows on E! Entertainment. Okay? 100 episodes. They're going strong. it continues to be a show that provides more exposure for pro wrestling, and quite frankly, it's responsible for the WWE growing its female audience, which is something that they've been out trying to do. You know, it's working because you get to see their lives behind the scenes here.
It's working because people will eat any garbage you put in front of them.
Oh, is that what
people
happens?
like you?
Oh, okay.
Because that show is garbage.
Well, if that show's
Reality TV
garbage,
is
sign
garbage.
me up. I love it. Okay?
I know you do.
Call me the dump.
I know you do.
I love it.
You're
Give me more
You're
garbage.
eating that.
I want the
and
garbage.
You're watching garbage TV.
Yes, I want the garbage.
You're eating KFC garbage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Give me
Your
the
whole
garbage.
life is garbage.
Yes, I'm
Your
the
whole
garbage
life
man.
is garbage.
I'm the garbage man.
You
okay?
are.
Yeah.
You are the garbage
I'm the
man.
garbage
That's
man.
it.
Yeah.
Sing it from the rooftops.
You're being rude.
You know what? You know what's even more rude?
What? I don't know what his problem is today, folks. I apologize. Johnny Wrestling impresses at NXT TakeOver. This is Johnny Gargano, a.k.a. Johnny Wrestling. Okay. He took on my man, CN, the NXT champion.
Right.
It was a tough match. In the end, CN was able to retain his title. But Johnny Wrestling, I mean, the fans were going nuts for him. They just love the guy. He's like the new Daniel Bryan. The way that they're building him, he is the lovable underdog.
And he'll be out before his career begins?
Stop it right now. But his former tag team partner, Ciampa, came out at the very end and smashed a crutch across Johnny Wrestling's back. His back was bloody. That's how hard he hit him.
A metal crutch or a wooden crutch?
Metal crutch. And it was a real crutch. Smashed it on him. Bleeding everywhere. But again, this creates more sympathy. The fans, they buy into Johnny Wrestling. I think he's going to be champion within a year.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I find that completely uninteresting.
Well, listen, I'm just telling you folks right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm warning the Boston bad boy. Don't start speaking negatively about Johnny Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
The fans love him. You need to get on board.
How about a better name than Johnny Wrestling?
Well, that's his name.
Stupid name.
You know, for a guy with your name, I just think it's pretty rude that
for a grown man who calls himself the Duke with no royal bloodline. You're not one to talk about stupid names.
I am royalty.
Yeah.
Okay. We all know that. Give me
your
a break.
own mind.
New WWE hires. I'm telling you, man, it gets even crazier and crazier each day. Rockstar Spud is the new general manager of 205 Live.
Are you even the last 5 names you've done in this segment? I have no one knows what you're talking about.
Well, I'm getting to that. And Jeremy Borash. Both of those guys have been with TNA for years. WWE snaps them up. They basically picked up if you worked for TNA in the past decade, they picked you up. That's it. That's what they've done. They've hired away TNA people.
Just for the sake of doing it.
Well, again, you're trying to hurt the company. That's what they did. So
it must be nice to be able to blow money on stupid stuff like this.
Well, the man's a billionaire. He can do whatever he wants.
Listen, if I had a lot of money, hiring a guy named Rockstar Spud would be very low on the list of things.
Well, they gave him a different name.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
But hey, and also they hired back Jonathan Coachman, a.k.a. the coach who was with ESPN for the past number of years. He's the guy that Vince McMahon would always yell at. He took it.
Right.
That's what he got paid to do.
So that's sort of like
He's
what
back.
you. It's kind of like you. You get paid to just take it from me. I just yell at you, and that's what you do.
I don't even pay you any mind. Like you're literally. That's
you do,
why I don't
though.
even like to look.
You
at
do. You stay up late at night. I know you do.
Oh, is that what
you
happens?
Worry.
Yeah.
You worry.
Wow. Well, welcome back to the WWE, Jonathan Coachman. Hopefully Vince doesn't beat up on you as much as he did in the beginning. It's still kind of weird to me that you were his whipping boy, but that's another story altogether. Other than that, Rockstar Spud, glad to see you there. Jeremy Borash, glad to see you in the WWE. You're a good guy, hard worker in the wrestling business. That's right. The WWE Women's Royal Rumble was a huge success. Okay? My girl, like I told you last week, my man, Asuka, she won.
Did she?
She did.
I don't think you said that.
I did. I said Asuka was going to win the women's, and I said Roman Reigns is going to win the men's, but she didn't. Shinsuke Nakamura won the men's.
You were so 50% of the time
50%, yeah.
You're incorrect.
That's okay.
But when we put those numbers in with the other numbers, you're wrong 100% of the time.
You've been talking to Lavelle Porter again, haven't
Listen,
you?
I sent all the numbers to him.
He said something ridiculous like that to me
today. I sent all the numbers to him.
Oh, is that what happened?
We crunched them together.
Yeah.
And we came up with 100% of the
Porter,
time you're wrong.
I'm banning Lavelle Porter from this show. Okay? I'm just going to put that out there right now.
I don't think you have to. I think he's decided he has better things to do.
Yeah,
than
he
come
actually told me he doesn't want to come back on the show, but that's another story altogether. Listen, I'm very proud of Asuka, and I'm very proud of Shinsuke. We're talking 2 Japanese superstars. They are going to co-headline WrestleMania. How awesome is that? It's awesome.
All right, if you say so.
Finally, the WWE diversifying. That's the way to be.
Well, let's just hope it isn't a parlor trick.
What does that mean?
They ain't one and done.
Okay.
They do these stupid things where it looks like, oh, yeah, we're going to do that. Oh, no, we're going to go back to the same tried and true, beating a dead horse, that whole kind of thing.
Okay, you're being rude again.
No, I think that's what's going to happen because I don't trust them.
Nobody's ready for Oscar. And the number one story in the world of professional wrestling is Ronda Rousey. She was at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
She came out. She was wearing Roddy Piper's jacket. God rest his soul.
Who gave her the rights to do that?
His family.
Really?
So this is an interesting story.
Is that a true?
It's a fact. This is an interesting story. Gene LaBelle, who is Roddy Piper's mentor and the guy who trained him on how to shoot fight, like real fighting there, he also is Ronda Rousey's trainer.
Okay.
So he was the main connection between the two of them.
I see.
So Ronda said, hey, I like Roddy Piper because she's a big wrestling fan.
No, she's not.
So she started calling herself Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Yeah. And that's what they would announce her as in the UFC. Mm-hmm. So she actually went to Roddy Piper and says, hey, I'm a fan of yours. We got Gene. Is it okay if I use your gimmick? And he didn't know who the hell she was. Yeah, sure, kid, whatever. Do whatever you want, right? She becomes this mega superstar. Mm-hmm. And he's like, whoa, I never knew who she was. I just thought, Gene's kid, whatever.
Right.
So before he died, he gave her his blessing. And he passed away, and she's been dedicating things to him and all that. So when he passed, the kids gave her the jacket, his last leather jacket.
Really?
And she wore it to Royal Rumble. It looked good on her, too.
I don't know. I just think this whole thing is just a publicity stunt.
Listen, what is your problem with Ronda Rousey? Seriously, though. I don't like this. You know what?
I just think I don't like people who are all hype and no answer.
She's a badass,
people
bro.
like yourself.
Oh, is
who
that
are
what
just there's a lot of talk up about how much they know or do and what they can do.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We've had guests on the show recently that agree with me.
Oh.
That if it is once again
Reed agreed with me.
No. If it is once again
Reed agreed with me.
If it is once again a thing where it's all hype with Ronda.
Oh.
And she's gonna come and do a one-off and not do a real wrestling career.
She signed a contract. Stop it.
Have you read the contract?
No.
Okay. We're done here. There's no contract that you know about.
Sick of this guy. You've heard what I think. Now, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm a jerk? Maybe something in between? Head over to Facebook. Head over to Twitter. Type in Duke Loves Rasslin and let me know. I'm telling you, folks, this guy's on a roll, and it's the wrong direction.
It's a roll that you're going to have to get used to.
Up next, I don't know who the heck is going to be our guest because the Boston bad boy hasn't told me. Stay tuned.
Call me Butter because I'm on a roll.
Hey, this is the Duke of Dorchester. The one, the only, the man of the hour. Yeah. Can you handle that, baby? I want to tell you this. You've been listening to Duke Loves Rasslin.
All right, so we're waiting in anticipation here, Boston bad boy. What do you have for this segment?
You don't deserve anything, first of all. Let me just make that very clear. Secondly, it's because I'm a professional. I got some things together here so that we can have a show. Otherwise, your show would be a shell, a sham, just like you.
Oh, thanks.
Just like you.
Who the hell is the interviewer, all right?
Well, what I've decided to do is because it's the biggest news in the world right now is the Super Bowl pretty much happening this weekend between your New England Patriots and the Eagles of Philadelphia.
Oh, don't make that mistake again. They're not my New England anything.
I think you're a bandwagon hopper, and eventually it will happen.
No, hey, you know what? Look at me. Don't make that mistake again.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at me.
Exactly.
Look at me.
Don't make that mistake again.
So I decided we'd get some guests together. Some could come in, some could not. So let me introduce to you now a man who really needs no introduction. The nighttime host, WZLX here in Boston. A man of many talents. A man passionate about sports. Please welcome Mr. Kenny Young to the show.
All right. Now, Kenny, you're a reasonable guy, okay?
I like to think so.
Yeah. All right. So what's your pick for this Super Bowl here?
Well, everyone picks with the head and a heart. I think in this case, it's going to be very easy to pick with both, and that would be the team going for 3 out of 4 Super Bowls for the second time in their career, number 8 for Brady and Belichick. So I got to go with the Patriots.
See, we got a problem. Okay.
You don't think logically, and I understand that.
Well, no.
You think with your heart instead of your head.
No, you
got nothing up there anyway.
You come in here, Kenny, and I thought you were a reasonable guy.
I was invited in here.
Hold on. You come in here, you got your blue jeans on, you got the dippity-doo in your hair.
Dippity-doo.
With your loud rock and roll music.
Listen, I'm a Dapper Dan man. Always have been.
You know what you are? You're a young punk, okay? That's what you are.
I'm older than
the
you.
Patriots, well, but you're still a young punk. The Patriots are not going to win anything.
They're not ready to win? Have you not been paying attention for the last 18 years?
They're cheaters.
No?
They're cheaters, okay?
They're cheaters.
Let's get that straight.
If that's
They're
what
cheaters.
helps you sleep at night?
Yeah.
Because your team doesn't work hard enough and prepare hard enough and coach
my
hard
team
enough?
doesn't get fines like your team. My
Oh,
team
it
doesn't
doesn't?
sit there and destroy cell phones and what have you.
Oh, but your
okay?
team needs to be bailed out of jail every other month, so that's fine.
Well, I mean, that's normal. Give me a break, okay? I'm very
maybe
disappointed
if you live in
you.
Cincinnati.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm very disappointed in you. I have to say that.
You're disappointed?
I'm very disappointed in you.
Because I'm a logical, rational, unbiased fan. I watch more than just Patriots games.
I don't think
Unlike some of these flag-waving phonies you see around town here.
Yeah, now
I
you're
watch
talking.
a lot of football.
Now you're talking.
Always
Yes.
have.
Yes.
I've been watching football as long as the Patriots weren't even on television.
Wow.
Used to get saddled with Giants games back in the day. That's
Now
why
you're talking.
my brothers and I would go out in the backyard and throw the rock around because there wasn't a good game to watch.
Is
on
that
TV.
why you have no sense right now when it comes to the Patriots and you're saying nonsense? Is that why?
I'm
'Cause
trying
you
to
got-
explain why you're not thinking rationally.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what, Kenny? I'm not inviting you back here. This is a pro wrestling show, and you ruined everything.
Progressive. I'm trying. The progress is that more teams would get on board with the Patriots' way of living life and playing football.
I don't know why we invited this guy. He ruined my entire day, just so you know.
Well, let me tell you something, Duke. There's a lot of people that would love to see the Patriots go down in flames,
What's
but
going
I'm
on?
not one of them.
What's going
I'm
on?
not one of them. The last time I talked to Mean Gene Oakland, I told him, look, the New England Patriots are the ultimate champion, unlike the Ultimate Warrior, who went down in flames as well. But that's not going to happen this weekend, is it, Duke? I'm sorry to say, your Cowboys are another millennial away from going back to the big dance. Oh, yeah, Macho Man out.
Woo! Kenny Young, buddy.
Boston bad boy, I will never allow you.
That was the greatest thing that's ever happened on this show.
I will never allow
The
you to
greatest
book
thing.
our guests again if that's the way it's going to be.
Absolutely.
Okay? If that's how we're going to start off with this segment, then let's just rip it up and start all over again.
No, it was perfect.
Okay?
Because you
No.
got your hat handed to you. And you know what? It's not over yet.
No.
It's not over yet.
No.
We've got someone else on the line here, someone calling in, couldn't make it in today. Let's go to the phones.
This is Hoops and her little one in San Jose, California, but originally from Boston. And it's very obvious the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
Wow. See, there it is, Duke.
No. All right. So first of all,
First of all, that counts as 2 votes, just so you know, and I'm keeping track here, because it's Hoops and the little one.
How old is the little one?
The little one is 3 months old.
Wow, very little.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the proper authorities because this is abuse that you have the kid rooting for the wrong team in the Super Bowl. Okay, this is absolutely
I'm teaching
negative.
my kid at an early age to root for winners.
Okay.
You know, we follow examples of excellence. We don't follow mediocrity. We don't believe in just stupid luck.
You're very rude. You're very rude, Hoops. Tom Brady is a cheater. Bill Belichick is a cheater. The Patriot cheats are cheaters, okay? So the fact that you would even have the audacity to say they're going to win the Super Bowl, unless they cheat, it's not going to happen, all right?
You know, there's a website that has detailed how every team in the NFL cheats.
Oh, boy.
And
Here we go.
basically, we just know that you don't like the Patriots and you want to call them out for cheating because they win.
Duke
Nobody
spends
cares if the Eagles cheats or the Dolphins cheats, anybody else. It's only the Patriots because they win.
You know, Duke doesn't have time to look that up. He spends all of his time on InfoWars, so he doesn't have time to go to those real
I'm
websites.
sick of this.
www.yourteamcheats.com.
Okay, no, listen, you don't plug other
I like
websites on
that.
my show, lady. I don't know what the hell's going
I
on
like
here, but
that.
we're going to have to cut this off. Tell the baby that I feel bad that he has to put up with the kind of nonsense going on in that household because I'm telling you right now, you got the kid rooting for cheating losers.
What do you think, baby? Can we root for the Eagles this time? He just headbutted me. No.
All right.
You know, it's funny. That's the exact same sound Duke is going to make when the Patriots win.
All right, I'm done with this.
Well, there it is from Hoops and the little one.
Well, I think it's pretty terrible that she's exposing the child to such terrible things there.
I think since you're not a parent, you have no ability to comment on it one way or the other.
Well, I'm going to comment on it because you shouldn't expose kids to cheaters and people like that.
Yeah, maybe she should be a Dallas fan instead.
Hey, do not disrespect my Dallas Cowboys.
Speaking of heading down
Okay.
south,
Yeah.
we got someone on the line all the way from the Peach State. JB's on with this caller. You're on.
JB, who's your pick?
Yeah, but pick is the food. That's the best part of the game. Hot wings, meatballs, finger food, dip. Then you got commercials. always have some of the best commercials there. Then you got movie trailers that might show some more Black Panther. Infinity War, Avengers, and Marvel movies, some other movies coming out too. So I kill it. I'm not a Brady fan. I kill it by the Eagles. So.
Well, it's funny. JB brought up something interesting that I wanted to mention. Highest pre-sale tickets of any superhero movie ever. Black Panther.
I can't wait. I'm getting my African outfit soon. Be decked out. Support the movie.
That's amazing.
So wait, and listen, shout out to Black Panther. I'm very excited to see that movie myself. I got my pre-sale tickets too.
Hey, Boss Bad Boy, you going? I know, Boss, y'all two got to go.
No, we're going to go, and I just wanted to know if I could borrow, if you have an extra African outfit that I can borrow. I totally will. I'll go full.
Call your people.
But here's what I want to know, JB. Why did you call into the show about the Super Bowl if you don't care about the teams in the Super Bowl? Why are you wasting my time?
Because I'm JB, damn it.
JB, true Southerner from Georgia. He can't win a football game. So when it comes to the big dance, so he said, the best thing I can do, the best thing I can do is just concentrate on the food.
That's it. That's it.
I'm trying to eat my wings and beef, watch some WWE Network. Y'all gonna do me like this?
JB.
This is how you treat Southerners?
JB, I got a question for you because the Boston Bad Boy and I were just talking about this earlier. He's a big fan of Popeyes. I don't mind KFC, but I like to dip my fried chicken, okay? I like to have my barbecue on the side, my ranch on the side. I'll pour a little lemon pepper seasoning. I like to tear a piece off and dip. Huh?
You don't do that.
Dip?
You don't do that.
What's wrong with the dip?
It's just we don't do that.
All right, I'm sick of this guy.
I'm a gangly Italian from the north, and even I know you don't tear apart fried chicken and dip it with sauces.
No, I dip.
You can add a little heat, but you don't do it. If you get roasted chicken, that's a whole different animal.
All right, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this.
Fried chicken, take it from me if you're not going to listen to the guy from down south.
Okay, well, you know what, JB? You ruined this part of the show, just so you know, okay? No, you didn't agree with me. You couldn't stay on the topic. You couldn't stay on the topic. You didn't agree with me.
We talk about wings, Black Panther, Singapore was at the Super Bowl. What else you want to say? That's a good conversation.
Wait, I got to ask one more thing. What are we bringing to the Black Panther movie? What's our selection of are we bringing Milk Duds? What do we got?
I'm not really a big pop. I'm not a big movie eater.
Yeah, me either.
We go somewhere afterwards. We go get some wings. Matter of fact, we go get some wings after.
Don't bring the wings to the damn movie theater now.
I wonder, would they let me in?
Hey,
if I had a full spread.
You know what? They probably would. Probably say that guy. He means business.
Well, right. If I'm dressed in the full Coming to America outfit,
that's it.
And I just go in and say, I'm here.
You will blend right in.
Unbelievable. JB, you got anything you want to plug?
No, man. Just appreciate y'all always doing the show, man. I always listen to y'all. Keep up the good work, man.
I thought the first two were bad.
Yeah.
But JB, he couldn't even stay on topic.
Listen, the man is a savant. Okay. And obviously, he was watching wrestling.
Yeah.
He was having his wings.
Yeah.
And he was ready to tell you off.
Well, so this is what I don't understand,
so it was beautiful.
If he's so busy with his WWE network and his wings, why is he calling us to talk about Super Bowl?
Me, right here.
Oh.
Me.
Okay.
Because people, when I ask them to do something for me, they say, no problem, Mike.
Oh, is that what it is?
No problem.
Is that what it is? That's what happens.
And so I get things done.
Yeah.
And when I had to put you in your place, not only about football, but also about proper eating etiquette and the proper way to eat chicken.
No, I dip.
I think that we got that all settled.
I don't care. I dip. Call me French. I dip.
I'll call you something else, but we'd have to bleep it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can we move along, please?
Hey, you know what? This is your party here, pal. You've been all over the place all day, so go ahead.
It's my party because you didn't book anybody for this show, so I had to figure out today, last minute, how to get
bad news
interesting people on here.
You get bad news
for a good time to entertain our listeners, and you've been doing nothing but pissing and moaning the whole time.
Dippity-doo Kenny, you got Hoops with the baby in the background. With the baby in the background, you got JB with the wings.
I'm surprised you're not dipping your chicken in dippity-doo.
Well,
that's next on the roster.
Whatever. Well, I mean, you attract these weirdos, and it's funny, too, because you insult our wonderful listeners all the time, but yet when it's your turn to get somebody to come on the show and talk about something, they end up being like the most bizarre people ever.
Listen, I got to work with what I have.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah, I got to work with what I have.
Well, you really pick from the bottom of the deck there, pal.
Well, I got to tell you, many wrestling fans are at the bottom of the deck already. No, many wrestling fans are at the bottom of the deck already.
The lady had the kid screaming in the background.
Before we move on, let me just get this off my chest about the bottom of the deck and the
Oh, my
fans
Buddha.
and the fans, because it's time for your medicine, subhumans. All right, I've been noticing this trend lately. Okay, because I don't watch a lot of wrestling, so when the little snippets I watch, things start to show up that might be for the brain dead masses, not something they don't notice. But every time we see these flippy floppy moves, this stuff that people have been doing lately, the stuff that isn't real traditional wrestling, you get the crowd like a bunch of 12-year-olds chanting, "This is awesome," like a bunch of zombies, like a bunch of high cholesterol, low education zombies. Because they like to see a guy jump off, or a woman, jump off the top rope, do 17 somersaults, and land on their face. To them, for some reason, that's wrestling. They literally are pushing these wrestlers to take all of these necessary risks, potentially career-ending, definitely career-shortening, just to get a little heat from the crowd. And it's absolutely ridiculous that little Johnny son of a bitch and his sweat hog dag in the 18th row are pushing the sport in that direction. Because, newsflash, dingus, it's not awesome when a wrestler breaks their neck, breaks their arm, multiple concussions that leads to CTE. Yes, it's a real thing. Because you guys are only impressed by something that might kill somebody. This is like ancient Rome. Is that what we're up to now? You're going to put your thumbs up, thumbs down? How about appreciating a match for all that it is, the showmanship of it. Yes, the athleticism of it. The fun of it. No, all you'll do is give them the cheap heat because they want to make them do death-defying stunts. It's ridiculous. Stop. And stop the stupid chant. This is the 21st century. We're in 2018 already. Have a little originality. What's next? The wave? Let's go here. Wrestlers need to stop looking and accepting cheap heat. And you, subhumans, need to offer a little more if you want to call yourself a fan.
Hi, this is Earl Oliver from Sully's Vintage Wrestling.
This is Raj Giri with WrestlingInc.com.
This is Sean Reed, boxing writer and undercover low-key wrestling fan. And you're listening to Duke Loves Rasslin. Woo!
You know, Boston Bad Boy, once again, I have to agree with you on this thing here, and especially, I don't like the flippy mania crap.
This has been quite a show. You started off mad at me, but now you're starting to see the light.
Well, I agree with
nice,
you on your little rant there.
I knew it would happen.
The suicide dives are the thing that bothers me the most because it's so dangerous. They're jumping through the middle of the ropes out to the ground. Sasha Banks, she landed on her face the other day.
What are you getting out of it?
You get nothing.
It's a lot of investment for very little return.
Foolish,
very little return.
You're right. And the fans, they have no business cheering for that kind of crap and putting the pressure on the
Well,
talent.
you got to. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. You can't blame them 100%, even though I do, because there's a million
subhuman.
There's a million other reasons why these people are horrible people. So I'm just going to just throw it at them.
Yeah.
But the company shouldn't allow it.
Yeah, that's fact. It's a fact.
But we know how much they take care of their talent, so I guess we're not too worried about that.
We're not going to just sit here and bash my friends the whole day here.
I think so.
No, I don't like that.
No, I think we're gonna.
I don't like that.
Because I see the article you've just pulled up, so I think that's what we're going to discuss.
Well, folks, we definitely opened up a can of worms the other day, and things were pretty hot in Duke's Wrestling Crew, which is my special group there. Some of our most attentive and enthusiastic fans. They all come together and talk about things. If you want to be part of the Wrestling Crew, just shoot me a message on the Facebook page. That's Facebook.com/Duke Loves Rasslin. But it happened, folks. Allegations of Vince McMahon sexually harassing someone. Okay?
And I know I'm not supposed to laugh at something like that, but I have to say it. I told you so.
Yeah, you said that.
I said it was only a matter of time.
You were right.
Only a matter of time. Now, again, we talk about everything seriously here, and as much as I just want to laugh about this, we'll talk about it seriously. These are just allegations.
Sure.
But this is kind of funny.
Stop it.
I am going to have my own private chuckle.
Oh.
Because the guy's a dirtbag for various reasons.
Stop it.
For various reasons.
Stop it.
So this does not surprise me.
Well, okay.
These allegations do not surprise me.
Here's the deal. Back in 2006, a lady who worked at a tanning salon in Boca Raton, she went to the police department and let them know that she had been groped by Vince McMahon.
And what is he doing at a tanning parlor?
Well, I mean, they all tan. I mean, you have to when you tan, it makes your muscles come out a little bit more on TV.
Disgusting.
So
they make a
the way
spray for that now. Just use the spray.
Allegedly, and this is what was claimed in the police report. There was a report filed, folks. Before McMahon got into the tanning bed, he asked the woman to take a photo of him with his phone so he could send it to his girlfriend in New York. I don't even want to get into that.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't want to get into that.
I didn't know about that one.
I didn't want to get into
whole
that.
Thing.
Okay?
Oh, hang on. Let me write that down.
No,
for later.
no, we're not going to talk about his girlfriend, even though he's married. We're not going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So when she handed the phone, she took the picture and then gave him the phone back. Allegedly, McMahon began to show her nude and semi-nude photos of himself. Okay? She then asked him to stop and said it was inappropriate behavior. Now, McMahon, he tanned for 20 minutes and chatted with the salon attendant and another customer. The attendant went to clean the tanning bed after he was done, and allegedly he followed her into the room, shut the door behind them, and that's when he began to allegedly grab her and even try to kiss her. Put both of his hands on her chest, and you know, she pushed him away. But he continued to grab her and touch her waist and butt, allegedly. Attempted to lift up her shirt, rubbing her breast, all kinds of just crazy stuff there. So she managed to get out of there.
Thank God.
And she ran to a pizza shop next door and let them know that she had just been assaulted, you know. And eventually she went to the police and let them know and what have you and said it was Vince McMahon. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky, okay? The police, they found probable cause, yet prosecutors did not pursue charges.
Now, where was this?
Boca Raton,
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Probably where he owns a home.
Yeah, well, of course.
Small town. Country bumpkin sheriffs, the whole 9 yards. Vince, celebrity.
You're doing a lot of speculating.
What I'm saying is, we've heard this tune before. We've heard this tune before when it comes to celebrity.
Rich, powerful,
dealing with the police, the good old boys club, and nothing ever comes of it, even though it was reported. It was the proper channels were followed.
From day one.
You hear so much in this climate now of victim blaming in the form of, well, why didn't she go to the police? Why didn't she? Well, it turns out this person who claims to be assaulted went to the proper channels when someone claims to be assaulted.
She ran out, went to the pizza shop, then she went to the police
station. She did
it all
what she's
right
supposed
then and
to
there.
do. And then still nothing was done. And
that's 2006. Boy. I mean, what is that, 12 years ago?
Yeah, but it's still sort of modern. This is not something like, in the 60s.
Yep.
And not to say that it would be any better or worse if it was then.
Sure, but the laws are more strict now.
And you know what? We know better now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we know better about as a society.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of goes along with all the racial issues we're saying. You know, people say, well, my granddad or my whatever, they used certain words because that was just what society did. Well, you know what? Society knows better now. Yeah. We don't have to relitigate the past, but you know what? Let's say we know better now. Let's move on. Same thing with this. So, Vince goes in there, thinks he's allegedly, does some things because he thinks he's a big shot, thinks he's not going to be an issue, scares this woman enough to go not only next door to her place of business, where she's supposed to conduct business, then to the police.
Yeah.
Exposing herself to all kinds of private inquiry. Because he decided on that day, allegedly, to go beyond his purview. Never mind talking about his girlfriend in New York.
Well, we're going to stay away from that.
I want to ask one thing. I've never been to a tanning salon, tanning booth. I dare say you haven't either.
Well, actually, I have. I've been in them. Yeah.
Well, not.
I had friends growing up who owned tanning
but I'm saying
salons.
you've not gone in and gotten a tan.
No. Well, what the hell am I doing that for?
Well, right. So neither of us have been in the mechanism.
Sure.
But
I know
tanning.
the mechanism and the setup of it.
Right. So sometimes there's the bed you lay down on, and then now it's like a room you go.
Yeah, but this was definitely a lay down.
Oh, this was a lay down.
This was a lay down, yeah.
Because my question is, my understanding is that a lot of times people go into these things without any clothes on.
Sure.
So that wasn't the case here, though. In other words, if you're...
That's not clear.
It's not clear.
It's not clear in the report.
And my understanding as well is that the attendant or whoever's working there, it's not like a spa. They're not there to see you naked. Like they're saying, oh, you go in and if you want to be naked, there you go through there and then you can be naked and then put your clothes on before you come back out.
Sure.
So we don't even know if that was a thing that was happening. And beyond that, allegedly, there's a phone thing. He's showing stuff on the phone.
Yeah.
Now, bad news for any man. Let me just tell you this. There's no need for you to ever ask a woman to take your picture. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, look, I don't even want to get too deep into the weeds here with this stuff. It just
Why don't you want to get in the weeds? Because this is exactly at the crux
we have to mention what
of
the news is.
Yeah, but we have to get into what the crux of a big problem with the WWE, which is, again, a microcosm of what's really going on in the big picture in the world here. It's actually following quite along. Especially since last week, the big news was, surprise, surprise, sexual assault regarding a WWE staff member. Now we're talking about the guy at the tip of the spear.
And
if I may.
This comes out right after he announces that he's relaunching the XFL, which, is more scrutiny because you're about to take on the NFL.
Well, here's the thing. You had, what was the big event that they were trying to...
Raw 25.
Raw 25. So the Raw 25, big event. Within a week, you have the announcement of the XFL.
Yeah, a couple days later. Yeah.
So what happens... So they're doing that. But what happens is the press catches up to them on the Enzo Amore thing. And the press catches up to them on the Vince McMahon allegations. After we did the show last week, I was thinking, and it occurred to me, you made a big point to say that the reason Enzo was suspended, terminated, one-shot deal was because he didn't let the WWE know.
Yes.
So you're contending that that's the reason the punishment was so severe.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't let them know, and he made them look a fool, and that's why they did it.
Yes.
I'm going to call BS on that. I'm going to propose a different theory, a different timeline, as a prosecutor would say. What if the WWE knew about Enzo Amore since October and sat on it? Sat on it knowing that there are a lot of other allegations floating around out there, and if the press starts digging into them, especially with these big events coming, especially with these things that a lot of money are riding on, nothing good could come from it. So what if they knowingly kept a guy on the payroll, unsuspended against their own rules, who was being investigated by the police for sexual assault? What if that was the case?
I don't think so.
What if that was what's going on here?
I don't think so.
And what if that is being found out and looked into, and they happen to stumble upon, magically within a week, we get allegations right to the top. We've gone from a bottom-of-the-barrel guy in the organization, essentially. We skipped over all the management. We went right to the guy, the son of the founder. The name in the industry. He is the Jeff Bezos or the Bill Gates of wrestling. That's the name. The guy at the top. They went from Enzo Amore to Vincent Q. McMahon in one leap. So, don't you tell me that they had no idea that those allegations were going on. And now I want to rewind the clock back further. More is going to come out about the abuse that went on from their little friend over there, who's still on the roster, who still hasn't been fired. No, go ahead, say it.
Are you bringing up JBL again?
No, I haven't even gotten to him. Hang on, let me write that down. JBL, let's go. We're going to go even further back to him.
You're talking about Paige.
I'm talking about
You
Paige.
got a whole list of people that you got to ask
Think about it.
Huh?
Here's the thing. You know what it is? They say follow the money. Let's do the reverse, right? Let's follow the power. Let's follow the power. We're going to start at the top now that we know that there are allegations there. A lot of smoke. A lot of times where there's smoke, there's fire, but there's still allegations. But let's follow the smoke trail. From the top now, down through his people. So, We didn't know about the Enzo, blah, 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 blah. You guys caught us out. We're trying to do Raw 25. Yeah, baloney. Oh, we didn't know about Paige, blah, blah, blah. Baloney. Baloney. All that stuff about that, those sex tapes coming out and everything, their word is close to meaningless when it comes to a company. And it's a very dangerous place for them to be in because they're a publicly traded company. This is not Carnival. This is not Carney stuff. You know what I mean? This is not small-time roadshow. And they still think it is. They still think that they have a fiefdom that they can control, and it's going to get out of control very quickly for them.
You're just so negative.
And it's going to be hysterical when it happens.
You're negative.
Because they've made this bed, and they're going to have to sleep in it.
You're very negative, and I'm just going to tell you right now, we're talking about allegations.
I agree.
Especially in the case of Vince McMahon.
Right.
So for you to just take that and spin it into all this extra stuff, it just really, it's like you're crossing a line.
You know what's funny, though?
You know?
Because you said 2 words earlier that makes me not cross a line. Probable cause. Okay? It's probable cause. Because don't tell me.
The prosecutor didn't move forward.
The small-town pizza lawyer, I didn't move forward.
Stop
well,
it.
Mr.
Stop
McMahon, I don't want to make no trouble in my small town down here in Florida.
You're not going to disrespect Boca Raton like that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't tell me that that's not what happened. Okay. You know that that's what happened.
This is not the Dukes of Hazzard.
This is what happened. Yeah,
give me a break.
It's not that much different when it's the old boys club, and you know that. You know it's true.
You know what,
and
folks?
you know what? Because you're never going to listen, I'm going to end this winning argument right here.
Mr. Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Rasslin.
Thank you to our guests this week, Kenny Young, Hoops, JB also,
especially.
Tom Brady, can't wait to watch you lose on Sunday.
Oh, he kind of looks a little scary. Have you seen him? He's super thin.
He's a lunatic.
Drinking that green juice.
Folks, I can't wait to celebrate next week. Till then, have a great one.